Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. In today's video, I want to show you something really fun that I've been working on for a little bit, and that is a champion that I managed to found that can solo Ice Golem on stage 10 hard. It's not perfect, it's not 100% because Ice Golem in general has some stupid mechanics that can make you, just one random hit at the wrong time and the boss can just straight up slay you. So, let's call it this is a 95% successful. But considering the fact that it can be done on stage 10 hard with 4 full champions, it's just the perfect one to do, right? So the reason I'm actually I decided to do this is because I'm triple dipping basically today, as we have the Ice Golem tournament going on right now. And this is something that I still need to give myself some of the Titan event points, right? The hammers, but then at the same time we have the dungeon divers, and we also have the adventure deck of fate, which you can get points by upgrading champions. So pretty much the best way to try and deal with all of these and be efficient with your energy is going to be to, do the triple dip. If you cannot do this, obviously you're just gonna go back to stage 20 and go ahead and do that. But what champion am I talking about? And this is not free-to-play friendly, okay? Or at least, okay, it is free-to-play friendly because of the champions that you get, but it's really gear intensive, okay? And again, it's not perfect. I can still improve mine. It just was running low on resources. But anyway, the one that I'm talking about is maybe the one that you were expecting, and that's going to be Artak, right? So the reason why I can still say it's slightly free-to-play friendly is if you've been playing for over 2 years, right? If you got Artak for free, if you're playing when we were getting the Awakening for him for free, then yes, it's free-to-play friendly. Otherwise, you know what, it's not, okay? But still, considering the fact that we can do stage 10, that's I was pretty impressed, right? I was pretty impressed. Again, it's not perfect. I still need to tweak. I still need to work a little bit on it. I still need to boost some of my stats. Plus, I don't even have like the best pieces of gear that I could get on my account. There's still a little bit of RNG of like, the critical hits that you get and whatnot, some 3% of freezes, like stuff like that. I have high enough resist that what's his name, Karl, or look at this, triple crits in a row. See, it's like the bad RNG can happen. What am I talking about when it comes to stats? Let me show you exactly what I mean. So if you go to Hell Hades Stages tool, okay, it shows you on the waves how much accuracy and resist you need to be able to deal with them. So when you see on the waves, you need around 160 accuracy to land your debuffs and around 240 resist to resist all the debuffs. You see that pretty much all the same. Second wave, pretty much the same. There are certain things to keep in mind. Let me just show you exactly so you know what I'm talking about. So for example, I know Sir Nick, if I'm not mistaken, on the A1, he's the freeze cannot be resisted, so this can still happen. It's a 50-50 chance. And then same thing with Karl on the A3. If you have over a 75% turn meter, this freeze cannot be resisted. But we got freeze on this one, which should have not happened, right? It was just a bad 3%. So still, this can, this can still work. Let me just run it again. Hopefully I don't get the bad luck. I just did like 20 runs before recording this, and I had only one failed one, and that was the 3% on the boss part, where I got hit by the boss with a retaliation because, well, Artak did too much damage, even though I don't even have War Master on him. He did too much damage, he procced the boss, and then the boss just straight up killed me, and that's why it failed, and that's what I was talking, mostly the worst RNG that this one can have is the one of being hit by the boss on that side. Or here, if you get like bad double freezes, or you saw like 4 critical hits in a row, it's a bit more difficult. Obviously, the easier way that this was working before, if you haven't checked my channel in the past, is if you just go to the stages where he's strong affinity, right? So if you're trying to solo it, but you cannot quite do stage 10, which is obviously a lot more difficult because the boss and the waves have higher speeds, higher stats, and all of that stuff. Usually it's better to just go on the stages where you're positive affinity. So the easiest way for you to normally do this would be going on stage 9, but that's a little bit slow because on the second wave there's Staturas, or go to stage 5. That's how I used to do it. I used to do it on stage 5, but I said, what, let me have a look. Can I actually do it can I actually manage to push it to go to stage 10? And I pretty much managed to find the right combination, though I'd still need to improve a few things, right? So I do want to mention I have no area bonuses, right? I have nothing that's boosting my stats for the Ice Golem, because when it comes to the live arena resources, I'm never gonna use them on Ice Golem, right? Ice Golem is, yeah, it's one of the better ones to farm endgame, if not actually the best one. But still, I do not want to waste my area bonuses for Live Arena. I barely do it. On this, I would use them on Cintranos, on Hydra, Hard Fire Knight, maybe if I want to speed that up, but mostly it's going to be for Cintranos and Hydra. But as you can see, it's, you know, it kind of works. Hopefully I don't get bad RNG on this one as well, like with the boss, but you can see that it works pretty okay. It looks pretty good. And honestly, considering the fact that it's a solo, the fact that I do it in about 2 minutes, 2 minutes 15 on the, you know, on the PC, where you have the unlimited frame rates, it's not bad, right? You expect usually a solo, especially when the waves are a little bit more difficult, you kind of expect to see like 3, 4, 5 minute, you know, really slow runs. But this one, 2 minutes 14, honestly, I'm not that upset about, right? That's pretty good. Now, let me show you exactly the builds, the stats, and all of that. And one thing I want to mention from the beginning is the presets, right? When you go over the presets, you need presets. Unfortunately, Artak has dumb AI where if there's a decrease attack out there, he's not going to do the A2 anymore, which is the one that activates the HP buns, right? So you want to have a preset, you want to make him prioritize the A3 first, so you put the HP buns out there, then prioritize the A2, and then obviously he's going to do the A1 whenever. And the reason why he's so good for this one is also because of his passive, right? Whenever an HP bar debuff is activated, destroys his max HP. That sounds bad, right? That sounds bad. But the other good part of this is increases this champion's damage, crit damage, defense, and defense. This is really important for each 1% of his HP destroyed. So if you have 50% of your defense destroyed, you get 50% more defense. But also you gain speed and resistance by 2 for each 1% destroyed. So again, if you have the total of 50% of your max HP destroyed, you get another 100 speed and another 100 resist. So that's, you know, that what makes him really powerful and makes him to go a lot. Because pretty much in the higher stages, the difficulty is, can you rotate through your skills fast enough to be able to heal back up, to do enough damage, you know, and all of that stuff. And that's what it's usually pretty difficult. Now, let's have a look at the build and the Masteries that have on him, and it's going to be something a little bit quirky. It uses some different combination of gear sets, Masteries, you know, all of that cool stuff. So the way that I chose to build him is in 4-piece layer, right? It gives increased rate crit damage, don't really care about that. I care about this one. Heals the champion's turn meter by 5% per first hit on each enemy from AoE attacks. So every time he attacks on the waves, he gets 25% turn meter, right? Because he has AoE hits on all of them. And then on the boss part, it's 15%. That can stack up. That can mean the difference between you going 2 times when you need to or not to, you know, be able to heal up. So I went with the 4-piece Slayer and then obviously with the 4-piece regen to help heal him back up. Now, another way that I went to, you know, build him in order to give him the right stats was I got him a blood shield accessory. It can be a amulet, it can be a ring, whichever is the most powerful for you, because every time he attacks, he's gonna put a small shield on himself that, you know, it's not that big, that's not the difference. However, the thing that makes it be, you know, really efficient is having the emergency heal awakening on him, because every time a shield, it says over here, heals the champion whenever a shield buff placed on them expires, is removed or is broken by an enemy attack, the value of the heal is equal to a portion of the champion's max HP. So because he's 5-star awakened, he gets 9% heal. That's a lot. That's basically almost half of or more than half of the regeneration set, which pretty much allowed me to not go with another maybe like immortal set. Okay, got the 4-piece layer because I did have this ring. It's only a 5-star, it's not the best, it's pretty decent though. Then this one over here, the banner, it's accuracy again, not the best. It rolled double flat attack. The awakening didn't roll what I wanted. Basically what I want over here is I would prefer to be maybe more, you know what, I could just ascend with HP, because normally you need around 450 resist. If you look again, once we get to the boss, you need around 440 resist minimum and then around 345 accuracy to land your debuffs and to be able to also, you know, resist those debuffs. So having 322 is a little bit on the shorter side, but maybe I can upgrade that with some more glyphs, right? Let me see, is there any more accuracy over here? Can't seem to find more accuracy, but maybe I reset this and put accuracy as the other one, right? And then obviously can be improved, like I mentioned, by getting a 6-star over here, by getting a better amulet. I have a 5-star boot even over here, so, you know, Gear is still not the best. It can be even a lot better, but it still works, right? Again, it's the combination of having the Slayer that gives us more turn meter, the regen that helps us heal back up, the Blood Shield accessory with the emergency heal mastery, and then also when it comes to the, not mastery, awakening, and then when it comes to the masteries, I went down like this. Maybe I messed up a little bit over here. I pretty much got lay on hands. Actually, this does work as far as I know, unless they changed it in the meantime. This does work with regen, and I think it should work also with the awakening, so increases the healing that he gets. Same thing over here, more healing. And this is something that's really powerful because it's I'm not sure, I'm not 100% sure, but basically he keeps destroying his max HP. So that means most of the time he's gonna be under 50% HP. So this one boosts the healing if you have under 40% HP. So because you already start with the destroyed one of like 50%, this one you should be over the, should be under that 40% more often, so the heal should be bigger. However, I'm not 100% that this is counted 40% of the total max HP that you can have, or is it different for the one when you go in or the one when it's destroyed. But still, it helps get some healing when you're really, really low. Then I went with Cycle of Magic. I grabbed Lord of Steel, even though I don't think this is the best one, but nothing else really helps me. Maybe this one a bit of healing if you're frozen. Then I grab Master Hexer. Spirit Haste is really important because if you're going to be using food, you're going to be getting 24 speed as they die, so that's going to help you go more often. And also the tier 6, I went with Oppressor. Because he places HP buns and decrease attack AoEs, this boosts his turn meter fill rate by a lot, right? So he's going to be having more. You cannot tell as easily, but you can tell if you don't have it and then you have this, you can see how powerful it actually is because Artak gets more turns. Now, the other side that's really important to keep in mind is you really want to get this one. From my point of view, this is the best mastery for this type of a build. Improved parry decreases the damage received by this champion by 8% when this champion is hit with a critical hit. Most of the times, runs fail when you get hit by critical hits. You saw when it failed earlier, I got 3 critical hits in a row by the 2 Sir Nicholases and then by Yakal, and that's how my run failed. So having this, it lowers that damage by 8%. It's better because this one counts for all critical hits, whereas getting blast proof, this one only counts for AoE hits and it's only 5%. So obviously this is going to be better. Then obviously Resurgence good to remove debuffs if they land on you. Also delay death as the fight goes on, you get tankier and tankier. And for the ways Shadow Heal can help because Sir Nicholas has put up the what's it called, the unkillable, and they also put up continuous heals. I think they put the continuous heals, right? Are they awakened or not? I have to check, I guess. We're gonna do another run. And then honestly, the last one over here, I just went with Cycle of Revenge. I don't know what else to go. I don't really want him to retaliate, especially on the boss part, because that increases my chance of proccing the boss's retribution and killing us. You 100% do not want to get War Master or any other damage mastery for the Ice Golem specifically, right? If you just want to specialize them for Ice Golem, the way that I'm doing, I don't want War Master because War Master increases my chance of failing, right? So, yeah, what do you think, guys? What do you think? Do you think this is a pretty interesting one? Do you like it? Did you think this was possible? Also, I'm really curious. I might be doing some more testing. I'm really curious if the Slayer set can be replaced, but this is the thing, right? The Slayer set is one of the only few ones that can actually help us. That's a variant set, right? Because what other stuff could we get? I guess maybe we could go for some Feral if I do get lucky to get more accuracy and stuff like that. But protection doesn't help us, we don't put buffs. Merciless, I guess, could help us refresh the skills, but we don't really need that. Blood Shield, you already use one. Reaction doesn't help. Revenge, you don't want to counterattack. Stone Skin, it would only be 1 turn. Refresh, again, not sure we really want to proc that. The Supersonic, again, they're not going to get too many buffs. Pinpoint, maybe, but again, not really. Like Intercept stack, it's only 1. Maybe you resist 1 freeze. Maybe this could be better than Slayer, but then do you rotate fast enough to heal? Anyway, this is what I noticed that worked for me, and this is what I'm gonna be using, and this is what I wanted to share with you guys and see what you think. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel to see when I upload next, and you can see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.